Good afternoon. I come to you today from Cherry Grove, South Carolina, up on the roof. And maybe when it cools off a little bit, we can go down under the boardwalk. But it's so hot out today, it brings me to something I want to discuss with some of my gentleman friends. When you were young, did your dad ever have the talk with you? You know what I'm talking about, the kind of talk that every father should have with his son about choosing the proper underwear. Well, my dad passed away when I was quite young, so I had to learn the hard way. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. Getting back to learning the hard way. I remember not long after Debbie and I was married, it was one hot summer day, and I found out real quick of why babies cry so much when they get diaper rash, because that same thing can happen to adults. And I had about the worst case of diaper rash that you ever can imagine. I mean, it would make me cry like a baby, and I didn't know what to do. I had tried everything, so I called my mom and I told her what was going on, and she said, "Oh, go put some alcohol on it." And I did. I went and I got some alcohol out of the pantry and slashed on there. And Lord of mercy, I tell you what, I screamed like a scalded dog. That was about the worst thing I've ever felt in my life. And I was running around the house with tears coming out of my eyes and screaming and hollering. And Debbie said, "What's the matter? What's the matter? Did you hurt something? Did something bite you?" I said, "No, I put alcohol on my rear end." And she said, "You fool, you don't do that." And I went running some hot water in the tub and got in there, and Lord of mercy. So listen, don't ever do that. As the years went by, I found out my problem was coming from poorly fitting drawers. And I had the opportunity to go down to Florida and work. And I was down there, I discovered a designer named Lee Wright. And Mr. Wright, he designed underwear that had 90% cotton, 10% spandex. Listen, that's been pretty close to 27 years ago. I still have a pair. Absolutely the best underwear you could ever hope to buy. But about 5 years after stocking up on them, Mr. Wright passed away and his company went out of business. So it got to be a habit of whenever Debbie and I went shopping, the first place we would go was to the men's department. I was on a mission. I had to find the right underwear. Well, it became almost a joke in the family that before we could go anywhere, we had to go to the underdrawer department to try to find the right underwear. And of course, since then, more companies has got on board and we found the right drawers, and I haven't had the problem since. Except about 10 years ago, I don't know what happened, but I was at Disney World with a friend. I actually went with them on a band trip to Disney World, and we were trotting through there, and I don't know what happened, but I got diaper rash. And I was kind of walking along like it was just killing me. It was just terrible. And I didn't know what to do. And I saw this man pushing the baby stroller. And I went up and I said, "Sir, excuse me." And when I tell you what my problem is, maybe you could understand. You don't happen to have any Desitin ointment, do you? I've got the worst case of diaper rash I've ever seen. And he just died laughing. He said, "No, I don't, but there's a baby station back down around the corner." So I went down there and bought some, and yeah, it helps. So, a lot of talking, but make sure when you have that talk with your son to share with him the importance of choosing the right fitting underwear. And I highly suggest 90% cotton, 10% spandex. And anyway, you ladies, share this with your husbands so they can share it with their sons. Hey, y'all have a good day.